Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Marvel vs. two-player card game. This is for the Cosmic Avengers set. This is part of the Infinity Wars arc. And this is Volume 2, Issue number 1. So they're doing the smaller box sets now, so each volume is basically a year. And then each number is the number in the set. So they do 3-issue arcs. So this is set 1 of 3. You can kind of see here from the thing. So the first one is going to highlight the Cosmic Avengers, which is what it's called, pretty straight on the nose. The second issue focuses on Guardians of the Galaxy, so the spacefaring heroes, and the final one would be Thanos and his Infinity Gems. So you can check out the other videos to see what some of those do. And then of course we have like little rules on each of the other characters, and we'll kind of go over them as the characters pop up. Yeah, so this is definitely fun just to add a bunch of new Avenger characters with different, that we just haven't seen before. It's always more added stuff. Let's see if it says anything on the side here. Kick off. Earth's mightiest heroes jump to battle a devastating cosmic threat. Stack your deck with powerful heroes like Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Hawkeye. I don't generally think of Black Panther or Hawkeye as Cosmic Avengers, but, that's alright. Alright, so let's start off with good old buddy Black Panther, King T'Challa here. Little Wolverine in the background there. So level 1, he's an Avenger, of course. Bulletproof. Characters with range can't strike Black Panther, even in melee combat. Leap. Black Panther has flying on your turn. And pass down the knowledge, level up 6. When one or more equipment, plot twists, or supporting characters are put into your KO pile from anywhere, Black Panther gains an XP. So he should level up fairly decently. And then he jumps up to level 2. He keeps his bulletproof and leap, but he has commune with the ancestors. Pay a yellow during your build phase. Put an equipment, plot twist, or supporting character from your KO pile in your hand. Just kind of a good combination between the two. He levels up from things getting defeated, and then he gains the ability to bring them back. So it's cool. Maybe not the right word to use, but you can sort of sacrifice these things for the benefit of him leveling up, knowing that you get to use them again later. So it says, although it says whenever... in the little guide book here, it says, whenever more than one card is put in your KO pile at the same time, he still only gains 1 XP. So, it says when one or more equipment or plot twists. So, losing multiple characters on the same exact turn, or at the exact same time, doesn't reward him with multiple XP. So, that's just one thing to keep in mind. Our next hero is Captain Marvel. AKA Miss Marvel. Alien physiology. Captain Marvel can't have -1/-1 counters. Military background. Main phase strength, the green fist. Captain Marvel may strike an enemy, or Captain Marvel strikes an enemy supporting character. And then 5 senses. Level up 5. When a character on your side strikes on your turn, Captain Marvel gains an XP. Yeah, so the AKAs kind of work like, they're also known as, so they work with the ability, I'm trying to see if it specifies how these work again. Yeah, I think it means that she can use them cards to power herself up. She can power herself up with Miss Marvel cards, and vice versa. She has a level 2, which is really cool. Keeps her alien physiology, also has security background. Reaction. When an enemy supporting character appears, Captain Marvel strikes it. So her first one is she can choose to strike a supporting character. Now she gets the option to hit it as soon as it enters, so she doesn't have to wait. She jumps in there a little bit quicker. Sixth sense. When a character on your side strikes an enemy, Captain Marvel gains an XP. And then she levels up to a level 3. Keeps her Miss Marvel, alien physiology, also has 7th sense. When enters combat, she may strike an enemy supporting character not in combat. So she goes from trying to do lots of attacks and to be able to just free striking on characters. Plus she has flying and ranged. And our third main character is Hawkeye, who has custom quiver. You start the game with a quiver. So he has a special deck of cards that he gets to use. He has circus shots. When a character on your side makes a ranged attack, Hawkeye gains an XP. And then he levels up to I am the weapon. Once during each of your turns, but not during combat, you may put a random card from your quiver into your hand. And then quick draw. Well, Hawkeye has ranged attacks, enemy characters can't strike him back. So what you need to do is level him up to use his quiver. So he just starts the game with this quiver. He doesn't have access to it. But after you shoot 5 times, he goes from 5-2 to 7-5, which is pretty powerful. Then he gets access to his quiver. Normally I would just do these cards, supporting cards, plot twists at the end, but we're going to look at his quiver, because it's a main part of his. So he has custom arrows. Card starts in your quiver. Just to note that this is the only place that can be. So defensive arrowheads. In combat, if Hawkeye is spaced up on your side, choose one of the following arrows, then choose the enemy attacker. So shock arrow, the attacker gets -3 attack. Fireworks, you get -3 defense. 2-prong, put a -1/-1 counter on it, and then on each other attacker. Neutralize, remove all +1/+1 counters from it. Or portal, remove it from combat. So it's kind of neat. So as a defensive option, he has 5 different options. He gets his offensive arrows, which has in combat, if Hawkeye is spaced up on your side, choose one of the following arrows, then choose an enemy defender. Magic, put a +1/+1 counter on each character attacking it. Grenade, put a -1/-1 counter on it and each other character in its row. Parachute, get -5 attack this combat. Diamond Tip gets -2 defense. Or Boomerang, it gets -1 defense, but you put this card back into your quiver. Powered arrowheads. Main, if Hawkeye face up, you may choose one of the following arrows and then choose a character on your side. Adamantium, your character has sniper. Smoke Bomb has stealth. Barbed Wire has lethal. Incendiary has violence. And Pin Particle has shrink until the start of your next turn. Now, what do all of those do? Let's re-go through all these. A sniper. A character with this power can range attack the back row even if they're protected. Stealth. A character with this power can melee attack a back row even if they're protected. Lethal. Character with this power wounds a defending supporting character, KO it. Violent. Character's power attacking a supporting character strikes the defender with double its attack. And shrink. Character on the side is attacked for the first time, you may cancel that combat. So yeah, basically you can range attack or melee attack defenders, KO something, double attack, or ignore a combat. You have a bunch of different options there. Then his last arrow card is utility arrowheads. Custom arrow main. If Hawkeye is face up on your side, choose one of the following arrows, then choose an enemy character. Boxing glove, push it to its back row. Suction cup, pull it to its front row. Net, daze it. Freezing, freeze it. Or magnetic, moving equipment on it to an unequipped character. And then what does freeze do? That'd be the last keyword. Character effectively freeze can't ready during their next turn. So how does Hawkeye's quiver work? So they work just like regular plot twists. So it doesn't have... Hawkeye himself doesn't have to be in combat to use these. Yeah, so that's basically what it does. So it's kind of a neat idea. It's just the only thing is he only has 4 of them. With the exception of Boomerang Arrow, will be able to go back into the quiver. So you're only going to get 4 options to use these, unless you have some way of reshuffling them back into your deck. So it's kind of neat idea. Be interesting if they just went back into your quiver and you could use them, or if they stayed out and you could choose which one to use, or had some sort of effect like that, like shuffle your like have all 4 quiver cards out, and then as you use them, turn them face down. When all four are face down, you have the option. You can then spend a turn to like reshuffle it. I know it's a little bit more wordy on his card, but it would make sense he could like reload his arrows back up, versus saying he has 4 arrows to shoot. But that's all right. All right, so now we're gonna jump into our supporting characters. So unless otherwise noted, we're always gonna have 4 copies of each of these. So we start off with Nomad, who has no team ability. He's aka Captain America, a man without a country. Nomad can't have a team affiliation and reclaim the mantle. You pay 2 less to recruit Captain America supporting characters. So you can get him out cheap, you can start doing some damage, and you can play a bigger Captain America for a little bit cheaper to help you out. So it's kind of, I like, cards like this are always fun in these games where it's like, I want to play Captain America, but he's a 4 cost or a 6 cost. Play a cheaper card, you have something going on, and now you can upgrade them. Upgrade cards are always really cool. We have the Black Knight. Combat Master. When Black Knight is in combat, enemy players can't play plot twists. Then we have Wielder of the Ebony Blade. Build, play a blue card, search your deck for an Ebony Blade equipment card, and equip it to Black Knight. So we're going to look at what that does right away. And we get 4 copies of that, which is a couple things to note is it is a 1-cost card, but it also has no team affiliation. But it does say Mystical Link. Ebony Blade can only be equipped to a character named Black Knight or Black Panther. It's really fun that Black Panther can use it. Merlin's Magic. The equipped character strikes, you may turn enemy basic location face down. If you do, you may turn a face up basic location on your side with the same type face up. It's kind of neat. So he gets it, you can basically mess with your opponents, get your abilities back. Good support character. Alright. Then our next support character is going to be Odin Singh. This is after Thor became unworthy, but he's still aka Thor. Odin can't be equipped and can't have +1/+1 counters. Reclaim the Mantle. You pay 4 less to recruit Thor's supporting characters. So it's kind of neat. You have 2 characters that have that ability already. I don't recall if there's other characters in the game now. I want to go back through and see if other characters have that ability, because that's really fun. Especially like in like Dark Avenger type characters, or Hawkeye with like Ronin and stuff would be kind of neat. Yeah, so it's kind of, so he's just, a cheaper Thor to play. Let you play higher cost Thors. Speaking of Thor, we have Thor with the mantles, with the little stars on them. So it's aka Jane Foster. A god a god who knows how precious life is. When Thor appears, she may pay a yellow. If she does, heal a wound from a character on her side with exactly 1 remaining health. And there must always be a Thor. When Thor with stars is killed, you may search your deck for a Thor supporting character, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So you can have Thor Odinson out and this Thor out at the same time. And if she gets KO'd, you can find the other Thor, put it in your hand, and pay for Odinson to make him cheaper. So I want to look at the rules here quick for her, just as a reminder. So she has stars on her name, meaning she shares the mantle with Thor himself. This means both characters can be on the side at the same time. They're different beings. So you can have this Thor and regular Thor. So you don't need to KO the other because of uniqueness, and they can't power each other up. When Thor is ready to start beginning Thor again, getting gratefully demurs, which is what her second ability does. You can only search for cards named Thor, not with stars, or AKAs. Like Odinson, you can't get a copy of herself. So you can search for regular Thor or AKA Thors. So So kind of cool that we have that. So she kind of works like the Reclaiming the Mantle, just slightly differently. Up next, we have a different Captain Marvel. We have the original Captain Marvel. The Kree says alien physiology, can't have -1/-1 counters, and cosmic awareness. On each of your turns, but not during combat, you may ask an enemy a yes or no question about their hand. They must answer truthfully. Cool. So it's kind of neat here. So we have Odinson Thor, and then Jane Foster Thor, or Lady Thor, she's usually called. We have Carol Danvers Captain Marvel and Marvel Captain Marvel. I wish that we had this Hawkeye, Clint Barton Hawkeye, and it'd be kind of neat if we would have had Kate Bishop Hawkeye in this set. And then Black Panther and like Black Panther Shuri. If they just would have done like sort of a legacy deck, would have been kind of cool. They didn't, but that would have been really neat. Not to say like other characters don't exist later on. Our next set is we have Siri, who's one of the Eternals. So if Siri's your lead play, you must you may put her in your owner's hand instead. So the Eternals, they have low health, but if they die, they keep coming back. But then they all have a way to get around it. But look, she has 12 attack and range. So basically, they're easy to kill, and they're hard to play because they keep having 6. So someone takes them away, you gotta keep playing 6 to replay them. Which basically gonna make your opponent have to focus on taking them out, unless you do their secondary effect. So hers is Sprite's Trick. At the start of each main phase, if another Eternal is on a side, series loses and can't gain Eternal. So either you have to play another Eternal and risk this, or if your opponent plays one, they can stop your Eternals. We also have Hyperion, which is basically like Marvel's Superman. He also has Eternal. It's the same ability. He's a 10/10 flying range. Reliance and Solar Energy. When Hyperion enters combat, an enemy main character on that side may pay a blue energy. If they do, Hyperion loses and can't gain Eternal. So they can pay for that to shut his down. So his is a little bit easier to shut down. Otherwise, it's still going to keep coming back. And our last supporting character is Gilgamesh. Costs 8, has flying 16/16 with Eternal. He has the Forgotten One. At the end of your turn, if you didn't say Gilgamesh this turn, he loses and can't gain Eternal. So it's kind of a funny little extra ability. Alright, and our last 2 sets of cards are 4 copies of a plot twist. We have Global Information Network. Build. Your main character may pay a yellow. If it does, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 1 in your hand and the rest on the bottom. I like global plot twists. There's too many cards in this game that are specified directly towards a team. So having these ones that anyone can use are really fun. You can throw them in any deck. Then we have 4 copies of a special location, Wakanda. This is, I believe, the start of a set of these, where they started doing like more specific locations. The special locations, they had one for every team, which gives them the 4 symbols plus like essentially like a wild for their team. This is like more direct abilities. So we have Vibranium Technology. During your build, your main character may pay a yellow. If it does, turn this location face down, then search your deck for an equipment, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So this will work nice with this deck for finding that Ebony Blade if you need it for Black Panther, plus just some other Wakandan characters. It's also nice because, again, it's not specified towards a team, so anyone can use this. This set does require a lot of yellow, though. So yeah, this is just some information here. So Arc, where player and Hall players use locations besides superpowers. So additional cards like Thor and Hyperion will have keywords which require yellow and blue. Each issue will have a plot twist and a special location. well, your main character has some pretty powerful effects. So they're letting you use superpowers other than just on different things. Like, again, the plot twists and the locations. So they're not considered superpowers. Your main character must be face up for you to play them. Your main character can use a wild location for their team to play in them, and these cards are neutral so they can be used in any other decks. Special locations don't count as locations for specific power symbols for some of these specific cards. So it's kind of fun. They're adding these in all the other different arcs as well. There is the list of cards, just in case you were curious. Alright, so that is what we have for this set, which is the Cosmic Avengers. So check out all the rest of the videos, but also you can check out the Black Order, I believe it was, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy. The other two sets in the Infinity War, and we can see all the different characters and stuff in there. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.